Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
I gotta find my
Welcome.
studio so I can pull up the chat.
We hope you're all having a good weekend and a good Sunday. This is Sunday. A good
is
Sunday
Sunday.
evening. I had a productive weekend. It was not.
Pop out.
No, yesterday was Disney filled because I did a lot of concierge work yesterday. So that's super fun, talking to people about their Disney vacations and then doing some research and helping them plan. Today was not Disney, though. It was just house stuff. So now we're getting Disney stuff done. Now, some fun Disney chatter. Anyways, we thought for today...
This will be awesome because I don't even know some of this. Or I don't remember some of this.
You do. We thought today would be really fun to kind of talk through what our schedule is for the rest of the year.
The last of the year.
As in like our travel schedule for Disney stuff. So
And as you say this, I'm going to put it on the calendar.
Hello, Olivia, and hello, Christiana.
Hello, hello, hello. There's a new appearance. Oh. It's fine.
Oh, thank you, Olivia. These are honestly probably one of my favorite sets of ears. But I feel like they're very, I don't know, it's probably in my head, but I feel like they're very delicate because Tinkerbell is very, very minimally
represented
on, connected to the bow. But I just love all the details on it. And then I was showing this to Tag earlier, how it's got
There's shadows on the bow.
Mm-hmm. They're gorgeous. The one event fun fact that I have worn this at was the first ever mouse meet because Vern and I drove. So I felt like I could pack them well and carefully and not have to worry about, because usually when we're traveling, Tag and I out to like Disneyland, we're packing a carry-on. So I'm just I'm packing more durable ears that I'm kind of shoving in the bag.
Hello, April and Megan.
So,
let's start so I can start.
Mickey, the main attraction. This was one of the hot ticket items during lockdown when everybody was trying to do all those drops on Shop Disney.
What did we plan for May?
What do you mean? What did we plan for May? Oh, you're talking about our trip plans.
Yeah.
So our first trip on the calendar is a month away already, like a month. Almost to the day. May 28th, we will be flying out to spend a week in Disneyland. The main reason that we chose this week was we're going to be at the Disneyana event that's happening May 31st and June 1st. I'm excited about this because we've been to the Disneyana events before, as you all know, but this will be the first time that we are going to an event that's at their new location. So I'm curious to check that out because it used to be just right down the street from Disneyland at a hotel. And now it's actually closer to the John Wayne Airport in Santa Ana. So it's a little further down the road, still pretty close to the resort. But then the other really exciting thing that just so happened to perfectly line up that we haven't actually officially announced this at all. But, Tag, what are we doing on Monday the 2nd?
You say this because it's the only thing I have in the calendar here. We have the D23, the Disney 23 fan club is putting on studio tours again.
Yes.
And it happened to work out that we will be able to be there when there's a studio tour. So we're doing the studio tour on Monday the 2nd. In the morning. So that should be really cool.
So excited about this because one of the things that you get to do on the D23 Walt Disney Studios tour is go and tour and see Walt's office. So that's pinnacle, right? I'm super excited to be able to go and see and just be in that space. And then another portion of the tour includes the archives. So you never know what it is you're going to see and do when you get to spend some time in the archives on these tours. But those are the two things I am the most excited about for the official studio tour. We were very fortunate. This is not the first time that we have been on the studio lot. We did get, I'm going to call it a private tour with a weekly tier who actually works at, does his career actually has him on the studio tour, on the studio lot. So
on the tour,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, maybe we'll go by his office. You never know. So we're very, very excited about that.
I'm trying really hard to like put these things in. So that's what I'm doing.
Popping everything in.
Like actual time frames. I'm making sure it's also time frames for Pacific time. So when we get there, it's going to be the right time.
Smart.
Yeah.
Hello, Aaron. We're excited to have you here. So those are the main.
Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn.
The main. Oh yes, and hello to Evelyn too. Those are the main highlights that are like in pen on the calendar. Those are the things that we are for sure doing. There is
we don't have anything else?
Something else that we may be doing that we'll report on after.
Not that.
If we're able to do it.
Else. Maybe
That's
I'm
it.
Crazy. What were we thinking about studio tour
We were
day?
talking about also doing a day at Universal.
The problem with that
we would do like Tuesday at Universal.
Okay, because I was going to say we can't do that the studio tour day. Yeah.
The thought was that we would do, but then I was looking at things and I realized I'm like, ooh, that really only gives us Thursday and Friday all day at Disneyland, since we'll be Saturday all day at the event. Sunday half the day at the event. Yep. Oh, that's the other big thing.
Monday
hello.
Night.
Our meet and greet. We're having an in-person meetup on Sunday the 1st. That's the other big, exciting, fun thing that we're doing.
What time did we say we were going to do that?
I think we decided
3 to 5,
3 to 5, yep. So we have plenty of time to do the show and sale, because we're not sure exactly how, what the travel time's going to be. And then we're renting a car this time around. So then we have to go park the car at the hotel, get back over to the downtown Disney area, get something to eat, and then hang out with all you fine folks. That's going to be over at the Disneyland Hotel this time, and we're going to meet at the Fireplace by Tangaroa Terrace. So the cool thing about that is you can then order drinks and enjoy them down by the fireplace. You can also order food items, appetizers, entrees, whatever you want.
Poke bowls.
The poo-poo platter, that's my favorite thing.
That is very good, too.
So you can order and enjoy all that stuff while we're hanging out on the hotel grounds there. So that'll be super cool. And if you've never been to one of our meetups, they're very fun and they're very casual. You can kind of come when it works for you, and if you can hang out for 5 minutes, you can hang out from start to finish if you want. We are not picky. We do every time. We do try and get better. Maybe we should do this tag. Is we always try and do a group photo, but every time we realize it's basically almost the end of the hangout or the meetup, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, hang on, don't, before you leave, let's do that kind of thing. Maybe we should plan a time and say we're gonna have the photo at 4. So then we remember, and then if people want to be in the photo,
are we gonna remember when 4 o'clock rolls around?
Somebody's gonna have to help us with that. Really, that's what it is. Somebody's gonna have to help keep us on track, or we'll put it in the calendar and give ourselves a reminder.
Here's what I think, because we're talking about this. So we'll have half the day on Wednesday.
Yep.
We'll have all day Thursday, all day Friday.
Yep.
We'll have
half the day on Sunday.
Half the day on Sunday.
Half the day on Monday.
Yeah. We could do Universal on Tuesday. Well, I'm just thinking, it was a lot of fun, and you haven't been in ever.
I know, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe
been to Universal Hollywood?
Not Hollywood. Oh. Orlando, yes, but not Hollywood. But I had another thought, which we can talk about during one of our trips down the road. I'm wondering if one of the other trips, the trips that we do with the producers, if that might be fun.
Sure.
Vern's never been to Hollywood either.
Sure.
And Vern and James are giant roller coaster people.
There's not that many roller coasters there.
But they're the big roller coaster people.
I feel like we need to take Vern to Knott's Berry Farm. So James and Vern can
both
go
of them can do that too.
Ride all the craziness while you and I just keep going on the mine train
the mine
all day.
Train and the berry, whatever the little berry
the
tails.
Thing was
fine. It's cute though.
The splash thing, the log. We don't know what any of the rides are called.
Yes, Aaron, check your schedule for the weekend of the meetup to see if you're able to come.
Okay.
3 to 5.
So that's our May, June.
That's May and June.
Let's talk about July.
July, I'm so excited. We were able to make my fun little triangle. I can't make a triangle. Triangle work. We're going to, because our dilemma was, Tag has not been to the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet yet. And
you
last
talked so
year,
highly of it.
I convinced him because we had to pick. It was really hard, but we had to pick between D23 and the Mouse Meet. And so we kind of came up with this plan that, hey, maybe Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet is yearly. It's an annual event, whereas the D23 Expo is every other year. So we're like, maybe we do it this way. We offset. So we go to the Mouse Meet on the non-D23 Expo years, and then obviously D23 Expo on Expo years. So it's a non-Expo year. So Tag gets to have his first ever experience at the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet. Selfishly, I really, really hope that it lives up to your expectation because I think you're super excited about it.
I am. You have been talking so highly.
I know. Of it. And we've had Don on twice now to talk about how fun it is. And there's weekly tiers that have now made it an annual event that are up in the Pacific Northwest. So it's a really fun time.
Okay, can you remind me? So for the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet, we're getting there Friday, right? Because Friday, what's happening Friday night? Was that the room decoration tour? Do we know when that is? Hello, Lee.
So usually, I don't think they've announced this yet. Usually they do some sort of dinner. So there'll be some sort of themed dinner. The year that I went, it was themed to
Well, they showed me
Plaza
like last
Inn.
times.
Yep. And then the door decorating contest is just kind of throughout the night. But before we even get up to the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet, there's something exciting and pretty big happening at the Disneyland Resort like the day before. So what we are going to
we have no idea what that is.
What we're going to be doing is we are flying out and coming to Disneyland real quick. We're just like, this will be our fastest Disneyland trip ever. We're flying in the 16th. We'll be in the parks the afternoon of the 16th, as long as we can secure reservations. We do have reservations for the big day. July 17th, we will be in the parks for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. And then mid-morning on the 18th, we're getting on a plane and flying up to the Pacific Northwest to then be able to attend the Mouse Meet, which begins Friday night with the door decorating contest.
Well, you should love that, though, right? Because, like, you wanted to do the trifecta,
I know.
so we made it work.
I'm so happy that we were able to make it work. Huge shout out to James because we were able to secure the perfect flights because James is going to be our chauffeur and drop us off at one local airport and pick us up at a different local airport when we come back. So we weren't able to drive ourselves. And really that saved us huge because we could have done it from one airport to the other, but all of the flight times were atrocious. We were probably going to be doing either red eyes or they'd be super expensive or they were like way early in the morning. So it was just not great. The perfect trifecta of this little triangle was if we were able to do the two airports. So thankfully, and it's 2 airports and 3 airlines if anyone's trying to keep up with the stats.
Tallying.
But yeah, so I'm super, super duper excited. So we're doing Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet on the 19th is the main event. And then on the 20th, we don't fly back until Monday the 21st. So the 20th, the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet fun still continues. And there is a D23 Goofy movie event that we have secured our tickets for.
We didn't put that in the calendar.
I'm crazy excited about this because I love a Goofy movie. That was one of those movies when I was growing up that I watched all the time and I didn't understand why nobody was talking about it. I wanted to go to a Powerline concert so bad. Lester's Possum Park, I don't know if I would want to go there, but I thought it was hysterical. So it's one of those movies that I just super adore. I felt really sad because when Vern was on, Vern did not grow up watching a Goofy movie. And so he, literally the night that we recorded the episode and we're talking about a Goofy movie, he went down and started watching it that night and he did finish it. And he was kind of, and I get it because I've done this too, where it's like movies that are so nostalgic for others that you didn't watch when you were younger and have that nostalgia for. When you then go back and try and watch it as an adult, you're just kind of like, okay, but you don't maybe understand the hype kind of a thing. So he thought it was enjoyable, but he didn't understand why I loved it to the extreme level that I love it. But that's going to be super fun because we get to go see the movie with a room full of other Disney fans and D23 members. And there's all sorts of extra stuff that I'm so curious about because there's like, you get like an activation box, I think is what they called it on the website. So I think you get to do like you interact and do stuff with the movie. So think like how Rocky Horror, how there's like different parts that you like can interact with, like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm thinking like that. I don't know if that's real. So maybe there'll be like, you've seen a Goofy movie, right?
A long time ago.
So maybe it will be something like the can of cheese, and we can make our own leaning towers of cheese or something. I don't know. I'm super.
You have all of these ideas.
I'm super curious about this, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for sure. And we're hoping that other weekly tiers that are gonna be in town for the weekend are able to make it. But I totally get it because it's like midday on Sunday, so I'm sure a lot of people will be traveling home. But it just so happened that we're not flying out till Monday, so it worked out wonderfully for us. Tag is literally typing this all in the calendar.
I like to have this because then like I don't have to like figure it out.
Yep. So then what's the next thing on our agenda, Tag, since I've been doing a heck of a lot of talking?
You're talking because I'm putting in.
You know this next one. I'm just gonna remind him of the next one.
You are gonna remind me of the next one because the other thing is it's so the most important thing is it happens on the DL Weekly anniversary. So this will be this will be our eighth anniversary. But it's also the Marceline Dreaming Tree Gala.
Yes.
On September 20th. So if you can make it out to Marceline, Missouri, the Dreaming Tree Gala is on September 20th. We're very excited to go again and talk with Kay, who runs the museum there, and just the wonderful people of Marceline. And if you haven't heard us talk about Marceline and our trip there, you definitely should go back and listen to those episodes because Marceline is a wonderful place. And if it wasn't in the middle of nowhere, I would love to live there.
I'm actually looking up because last I had seen, they had not...
Like announced it? Yeah,
Walt Disney hometown. There it is. They had not announced that tickets were on sale for the Dreaming Tree Gala just yet. So I'm just looking real quick. I don't think... Yep, still not for sale. But we are keeping our eyes peeled. Oh, let's see. Yeah. So they have not released it just yet. But we do have our stay is already booked. We're super fortunate, and this is the closest Disney thing to where we live, so we actually can just drive to Marceline, Missouri, to go do this. So yeah, so it makes it a really easy, really fun trip because it's not like a short drive. It's still like 5 hours, but I don't know. It just kind of time just flies, and it's always a good time. The people of Marceline are just so nice. They really love the history that is in the town.
Tickets and details March 1st. They're
yeah, no, not anymore. Well, they also posted that they wanted to wait until after because D23 is doing an event too. So, but yeah. So anyway, so we're anxiously awaiting more details so we can secure our tickets for the Dreaming Tree Gala. But it is on the calendar. Hello, Stephanie. Oh, I did see that she went to the Bob Gurr movie premiere last night.
Oh, and how was that? Other than I saw awesome. Yeah,
it was so Lee, they premiered the film in Southern California. I'm really hoping, really hoping. Maybe you can tell us, Stephanie, did they say if it's going to be widely released or if it's going to be, something that
available
we'll be able
to
watch from home cuz I'm very excited. Marceline is incredible. In fact, we talked about this. Gosh, was it last year? We talked about this. I need to actually do it.
Okay.
We talked about planning a DL Weekly trip to Marceline where we invite weekly tiers.
Yep.
To meet us in Marceline, and so we kind of can plan out, a schedule. So, because it is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So it is something that maybe people are a little really want to go, but maybe are a little nervous to try and go on their own. So I thought it'd be really fun to kind of have a DL Weekly meet up in Marceline type thing where we could, go on a tour of the city and check out the museum together and all sorts of fun stuff. The closest major airport, is either St. Louis or Kansas City. So it's still like what, an hour or so drive, and it's not like you can just like hop on like a train type thing. So I just think it'd be really fun to do like a group thing to hopefully make it a little bit more easy for folks to come visit Marceline. We'll have to talk about we'll talk to Kay about that.
Yeah, how we can
We
like,
did
get
talk
something
to
together.
oh, I can't remember his name, also from the museum. We did talk to him about doing that when we were there for the Dreaming Tree Gala. I know it's on the his name is on the tip of my tongue.
It's on the tip of my tongue too.
But we
actually,
talked
for
about,
once.
like kind of joining up with the museum to kind of help plan and do stuff. Anyways, more to come. I will let you guys know if that's something that we end up doing, but I think it'd be so, so cool. Again, we'd have to like probably do it opposite. So maybe like the spring sometime. So it's either opposite of the Dreaming Tree Gala or opposite of the D23 Expo, so that if those are things that folks want to do, they can still do those things and just kind of do it on a, like, I don't know, Marceline off season type time, I guess. So more to come. Let us know if that's something, like, you don't have to let us know in the comments here. You can message us or email in and let us know if that's something you'd be interested in or not. I think it'd be so fun. Even if nobody shows up, I'll have a good time by myself. It's fine. But it looks like Stephanie and Megan would probably be there, since maybe even Olivia, since she's checking out where the airports are. But it seems like we've got a handful of people here that think it would be fun.
It is a lot of fun, and I really recommend that people go, because it's a lot of fun.
And then,
oh my gosh,
there you go. We could all have dinner together someplace too. Yeah, we could have like. There you go. I like it. I like it.
I will tell you the dinner thing. It is wonderful. They have a pizza place there that's amazing. What is that called?
I don't remember what it's called.
It's so good though.
But it's like Chicago pizza.
It is
Wood
amazing.
Fire pizza.
It is amazing
very,
what
very
it is.
good.
And now I'm gonna look
now
it
you
up.
gotta look up the name
because it is so good. Marceline, Missouri. It is called.
It's like
Marceline Pizza Company.
Oh, why did we not remember that?
It is so good, though.
It's
Their
very
pizza
delicious.
is amazing.
The
The people who work
cannolis.
there. Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started about the cannolis. Let's see. Can I? Goodness. I'm not on Zoom anymore. How do
You're
I?
like, how do I share my screen?
Yeah, give me a second. I know it's black. Give me a second. Marceline Pizza Company. There it is. Okay.
Look,
So this is their pizza. I mean,
not our photos. This is just Google photos.
yeah, but
but
this
still.
is. I mean, this is somebody got their pizza there.
Mm-hmm,
I'm trying to find. It's just this cute little place.
Yeah. And it's on Main Street,
Look at
USA.
this. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay, so Marceline Pizza Company definitely on the itinerary for our
The
DL
barbecue
Weekly
we
trip.
had was good too.
The
though.
barbecue was really good too, so we could do barbecue for lunch. Marceline Pizza Company for dinner.
Question is the barbecue place still there?
Could be. Nope. It was a little
It was like right here. It was
somewhere
right here.
in there. Yep.
I don't know. Who knows?
Anyways, we'll
Also
do
very
the
good.
see, that's the thing. We'll do the research and then we'll let you guys know.
Yep.
There
You
they
just
are.
gotta show up and
And hang out.
hang out and follow us around, and we'll take care of everything else.
Learn some Walt Disney family history and eat some good food.
Yeah.
So our final trip, so this is the one that I don't know if we've actually really talked about anywhere.
We've talked about it.
Have we talked about it
I feel
on
like
the
we've met-
podcast and such?
I think so. I'm pretty sure, actually.
So our final trip will be our trip with our two wonderful husbands, the producers, Vern and James, who typically live in Trivia Land, but once a year they come out of Trivia Land to then
Once
go
a
visit
year,
to go
They
visit the
crawl out
parks,
of Trivia Land
to go visit the parks with us. And we're looking at doing, because neither of them have done, the only after hours event that they have done was Star Wars Night. And if you've listened to the podcast, you have heard how Star Wars Night went. It was not ideal.
Can I ask you one more question,
Mm-hmm.
unrelated to what you're talking about? What carrier are we flying on from LA to Seattle?
Santa Ana to Seattle is Delta. Do you want me to send him the information?
Who? I want
Oh.
you to send it to me because I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
put it in the
I'll put
calendar.
it in there.
Okay, cool. Anyway, Hello, Robert.
Hello, Robert. So anyway, so we are looking at doing, and I'm super excited, and I know Stephanie can tell me if I'm correct in thinking that these are going to potentially line up. Like, I hope they're going to line up. We are coming out, looks like the week before Halloween.
So
Right? Is
sometime
it the week before Halloween? that you
sometime
guys
the
have off?
19th through the 25th of October.
Yeah, somewhere in there. We're coming out, and there should be at least one Oogie Boogie Bash happening
There
in
will
that
be.
time frame.
There'll be like 3.
Yeah,
Come on, let's be
no,
honest.
I know. So we're for sure gonna do Oogie Boogie Bash, but the thing that I'm like hoping and praying beyond hope, and it probably is gonna happen on the 26th if it's gonna happen, is pumpkin carving with Terry. I'm hoping that perhaps this trip will line up. Yep, I was gonna say it's gonna be the 26th.
But the problem is we have to be in school
We'll
this day.
figure it out. We'll figure it out, Stephanie, if we can do it or not. But the stars may or may not align.
We may just have to leave Teresa and Vern, and James and I will have to go because we have to teach on the 27th.
So yeah. So
And
we'll
actually, I have my schedule already. I should look at
maybe the stars will align. We will keep in touch on if they align or not. But I'm hoping beyond hope that they will.
I
that they
teach at
will align.
8:15
Gosh
a.m.
darn it!
on
Well,
the
you
27th.
can fly out on the 26th in the nighttime. It's fine. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Maybe or maybe not.
Like I said, you and Vern could stay.
I know. We'll
You guys are the pumpkin people anyway when it comes to carving.
I know, but I think you and James would have a super fun time with it too.
It just doesn't. Time does not work.
Anyways, we'll see. We'll see.
Do you know what's even crazier? That day is the next day I have classes.
Oh,
Like I literally do not teach until then.
Until
from now
then.
until then.
independent study day.
It's
I like your
literally
thought
Olivia,
process,
it is literally the first day of class. I cannot.
But for sure,
cannot.
there's a class too. You already have the class.
Yeah, they
schedule.
gave us our fall schedule
it.
already. I teach
Dang
Cisco
it.
1, 8:15 to 11:50, and then I teach Cisco 1 in the afternoon, 1:15 to 4:50. In the new classrooms, even that will be
Dang
done
it.
definitely by
Maybe
then.
we'll see if we can bribe someone to take your first class for
That's
you.
not how it works. You don't want to miss the first class.
Perfect syllabus game via Zoom. Olivia, I love it. Anyway, so that wraps up our calendar.
So I will put
For the
I
year.
will put
Pumpkin carving with
Terry pumpkin carving. Do you know you don't have any idea of like timing or anything, right,
I
Stephanie?
mean, yeah, Stephanie isn't like morning, midday.
I think it's
evening.
in the evening, isn't it?
We've never been able to go. And it's not carving, it's sculpting.
Oh, and it's at Stephanie's house.
It is at Stephanie's house. That's why she knows all about it. I need to give Stephanie a real quick plug because Stephanie is doing the chalk walk again this year, and she's raising money. So, Stephanie, can you please put the link to your fundraising page for those that would like to support the chalk walk and support a fellow weekly tier? And they usually do. Stephanie is on a team with Terry, and they usually do some extra fun Disney stuff that I'm sure that she will link as well. But yeah,
Stephanie's like,
she's
God.
like, wait, do you want to know about pumpkins or do you want to know about chalk walk? You're asking me a million things
she's like,
right
I've
now.
got to go find too many things.
But yeah, anyways, I'm super hopeful. That was also me being hopeful that maybe we could make Destination
Are you-
D23.
I was gonna say, are you gonna try to
happen.
go out and make
No,
that
it's
happen?
sold out. It's not
Oh.
even a can't even make it happen if I wanted to. It's tickets
Oh.
are gone. I just think going to the Destination D23 would be fun one year, even though it is at Walt Disney World and we are Disneyland.
What time does the
fans.
mouse meet normally start? Like, what time did it start for you?
Like 9, maybe.
and it went to what, like 10?
Like 5.
Oh, is it only okay? Oh yeah, because you were
'Cause
saying
we
like
did,
afterwards we could
yeah,
do like
we did we did a DL Weekly meetup and met up at a tiki bar and did dinner and tiki drinks, which
Gotcha.
holy buckets, they were strong. I recommend one.
Where are we going this time? Didn't we say something?
We haven't figured that out yet because we were waiting for them to release the rest of the details of the weekend's events,
Sure.
which I'm gonna assume have probably been released.
Okay.
Maybe I should check in with Don and figure out if there was anything else.
Can they just give me? Thank you.
Lee, a fellow teacher, you cannot miss the first day of class day.
Thank you. I know this, Lee. I'm not the one who's having the problem here. God, that's a long name. Embassy Suites by Hilton.
It is very long. It's such a cool hotel, though. Such a cool space.
I'm trying to put like times in for things so it'll just like make sense.
So that's holy buckets. That took 30 minutes to go through all of our.
Well, we kind of got
happenings.
off a little bit,
We
so
did.
we're okay.
We did. But we're super excited about it. And now that we've planned out the remainder of this year, I'm already looking ahead and forward to figure out, what can we do next? How many trips can we have penciled in at one time?
We could pencil some stuff in. Do we have any idea when the doohickey is?
We need to figure these out. I don't know if they've announced dates for some of the events next year that will. Anyways, I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited.
They probably haven't announced this, but I'm trying to figure out, like, do they have, like, a specific Vice Chat? Do they have, like, a specific
beginning of for the gumball rally? Yeah.
Yeah, like when
we're
gonna
try.
Is?
Yeah, next year we're gonna try and hit up because that's our thing. Is we have our favorite events, and it's really difficult not to go to our absolute favorite things every year. But there's just so many wonderful, great events that happen.
Well, like
so we're trying to switch it up every
to give you an idea. Like 2 years ago, if not more, we said we're gonna stop repeating ourselves, and then what are we doing this year? We're going to Oogie Boogie Bash.
No, but we didn't do it last year.
I know,
and
but
we're
I'm just
doing
saying,
it this year because the producers haven't.
No, I understand that, but I think it's funny.
I know. No, I know.
So it was February 8th this last year. What was it? I guess we don't know what it was before that.
Stephanie might be able to
help
2026. 9:30 to 3 or 4.
9:30 a.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to October.
So perhaps you could go in the morning and then just
9:30.
hop over to the airport and fly
That's
home.
what she was saying before. 9:30 to like 3 or 4. We'll just say 4. Okay, so that's in the calendar.
Super fun. So yeah, so we won't be doing, unless it just so happens to land. Probably won't be doing the Disneyana fall event. There's no way that many stars are aligning at once. It's just not how that works, right? But yeah. Anyways, we're super excited. Next year we're gonna look ahead and see. Actually, Tag's looking ahead as we speak. Try and see when
an April Fool's joke.
Oh, when other things are happening, so that we can start planning to go.
Oh nope. I got very excited to say next event. I was like, oh, we have a date.
Yeah, see when other things are happening so we can try and experience them all. Because there's, again, so many great events. Lee, I agree. Ooh! Awesome, Stephanie. See, Stephanie's like our in-the-know person. She saw Dusty last night, and they're setting the date for the 2026 rally soon.
Okay.
So we can
Stephanie's
put
so
it on our
connected.
calendar. She is.
We just need to have like a call with you, Stephanie, and you can tell us all the things that are happening throughout the year.
We'll have a planning call with
Now,
Stephanie.
the next question is, when the heck are Oogie Boogie Bash tickets going on
That's
sale?
got to be coming soon.
Hello, Donna.
Hello, Donna. Lee, I agree. A DL Weekly cruise would also be super exciting. Super, super exciting. That's one thing that we've been talking about doing, a DL Weekly cruise for, it's been something in the back of our brains for a while now. So one of these days, it's gonna happen. Robert, I wish, but we are not at Disneyland or at Disney World. We are in the Midwest currently in our podcast recording studio. Megan, you can you can come on a cruise with us too. We're going to make all of these things happen for people. We're going to help people go experience Marceline, Missouri. I think Marceline's probably a difficult one.
June and July.
You got to be
when the tickets have gone on sale before.
You got to be a pretty hardcore Disney fan to even know the significance of Marceline, Missouri, let alone want to go to Marceline, Missouri.
Too bad Marceline wasn't by a cruise port, because then we could do a cruise and a...
Don't tempt me. I might find another good triangle for us to go through
Lord.
Tag.
Do you know what? Okay. I was certain that
Certain, he says.
James and I were locked in, that we had agreed that our yearly cruise was going to be this transatlantic every year, right when the school year ended, because it's a good deal for a Disney cruise. It's a long Disney cruise. We really enjoyed it last time. This year they're stopping, or next year they're stopping also again at Castaway Key.
There you go.
All of this stuff, right? And then James sends me a link the other day. And he said, you should look at this. And I go, he's like, it's another transatlantic. And I said, why are you sending this to me? I thought we decided that we were going to
like,
Disney.
This is not
He's like,
Disney.
well, I heard that this Virgin Cruises is pretty good. So, like, they have one, and it's like $2,000 for us to go. And I'm like, but I thought we had all agreed that we were doing a Disney transatlantic again.
We booked a placeholder, so we need to go on at least
Well, James
one
did
more.
say that. He said, we got to contact them soon because, like, aren't they only good for, like, a year or two? Then you have to extend them or something.
I've not had the problem where I didn't book my cruise within the window, so I don't. 2 years, I think.
Let me see. I just want to see, because what did I say to him? He sent it to me, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Olivia, you and me, yes.
Oh.
I want to do the Honolulu to Australia Disney cruise. So maybe that needs to be our DL Weekly cruise.
That's
that
a long time, though. You got to make sure.
So
if we ever do a
so
DL
good.
Weekly cruise,
no,
it
we
has
can't,
to be like
we
a
can't
3
do
or
a
4
2-week
day
cruise, but I would love to. Maybe it'll be a mini DL Weekly cruise because not everybody can take off that amount of time. But yeah,
Olivia's like, anytime, just make it happen.
right? I wish.
See, Stephanie's got all the stuff. Tickets for the Run Disney.
I don't. She is in the know, but yes, I feel a Disney cruise. No, there are not a lot of cruise ports here in the Midwest, but yeah, no, I really think a DL Weekly cruise should happen sometime in the future. So here's a good question for all of you: how far in advance would you like us to start talking about doing that? Because cruises. The best time to book a cruise is typically as soon as the dates drop, but that also means you don't necessarily know, or, as soon as the dates open, but that doesn't necessarily mean you know all of the options quite then. So we'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure out what to do. We'll have to try and have cruise calls or something to try and narrow down where we want to go because there's so many amazing places to go.
I think it has to be just one of those 3 or 4 days, just to Castaway or something, and then kind of. You know what I mean?
Castaway is pretty amazing.
That's the other way. That's Vancouver. Oh, it's not is it departing from Hawaii?
It's the same thing like the transatlantic where it goes one way and then it comes back the other way because they move a ship to Australia every year and then do cruising around Australia. So
sailing to New Zealand and Australia? I'm just trying to get here we go.
There it is right there.
From Auckland, ending in Sydney?
Oh, different. No, that's New Zealand. Yeah, that's...
Oh, hold on.
That's different.
No, these are all just the... Okay.
Anyways.
Because it departs from Hawaii, right?
Olivia, I want to say... So, parks are usually, a year and a half. I want to say Disney cruises are, 2 years.
Here it is. This is a good deal, too.
Yeah, but it's because whenever they're moving the ship, they do a good deal because you have more expensive flights because you're doing 2 one-way flights.
Sure.
So you're not paying Disney as much. So, yeah. So anytime that it's a, point A to point B cruise, it's always going to be a better deal.
Yeah, so here's the one that we're talking about here. Pago Pago, American Samoa and stuff. That's cool. That's not a bad thing for 14 nights.
No, it's not.
You just have to get to Hawaii, and then you have to get home from Sydney.
That's the worst part. This one especially, those flights are going to be a flight to Hawaii and a flight tour from, a flight tour from Hawaii, a flight tour from Australia. But yeah.
I just wanted to view...
This is tip-top, bucket list cruise for me. I just really feel
it's not
like
a bad price, though. You just got to pay for the tickets to get to and from. Mm-hmm. I thought they had a map that would show where you're going, but I guess it's just literally Anyway.
There it
and
is.
stay at Alani. There you go. You can just add all of it in.
Do all of the things all at once.
Well, see, look, you could do this, and then you could fly from Sydney to California, and then we can do our Disneyland trip, and then we do the pumpkin carving, and then we come home.
Oh, if only.
That would be a lot.
If only. But yes.
What are the dates?
Okay, so what I'm hearing with the excitement levels is we need to, at some point,
God,
have
it does light up with that.
DL Weekly Marceline meetup, and we need to plan a future Marceline meetup and a future DL Weekly cruise is what I'm hearing here.
So so are you saying for the Marceline that it should be a time when it's not like one of their big events?
Probably. Yeah, I think so. Just so then it's not like, then we won't have issues with like, so for the Dreaming Tree Gala, that's one thing about Marceline. There's not like a big hotel. There's not like a Holiday Inn in Marceline. It is a very small town. So there's like a motel that has not very many rooms, and then there's a couple of Airbnb. There's more Airbnbs now that are popping up now than when we first had visited. There was only like a couple Airbnbs. So you could very quickly not have a place to stay in town. So that's kind of why I'm thinking do it offset of their events so that everything, rooms aren't all booked up.
I'm just curious what, like if we just say sometime in June for like 2 nights, doesn't matter. I'm just curious what kayak says there is around Marceline.
Oh. Yeah, it's like a lot of it is
Hotel Marceline.
Yeah, Hotel Marceline is the hotel. The rest of those are all Airbnbs or Verbos.
Yeah. Because Hotel Marceline we've walked by.
Which that'd be kind of cool because then maybe some weekly tiers go in on renting out like a VRBO home together, or if you...
How many rooms do you think
There's not very
Hotel
many.
Marceline has?
I don't think very many. It's not that big.
Is there? It doesn't like. There's nowhere that like tells you about it, is there?
I don't know. I'm like 24. Nope, 24-hour front desk. 40. Nope, 40-inch LCD TV.
You're like, I'm just saying the numbers.
I'm finding the numbers. Anyways, but
They've
yeah.
got different room. Look at this signature suite.
2-bedroom suites.
Wow.
Very well priced. Good ratings. Uh-oh.
There was nothing we liked.
Oh, no.
Anyway. I feel like
lots of other positive
these
reviews.
things, I feel like these things are tough because, like, people are more likely to write something if they have a bad review.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm hearing that we should make these things become a reality is what I'm hearing.
Okay, how are we going to do that? That's the question.
Huh? What do you mean? We pick a day and time, and then we let everyone know this is how you do it and sign up.
I was like, that looks a lot like Disneyland, and it's a picture from
It
Disneyland.
is Disneyland. It definitely is Disneyland. The cool thing, though, the Hotel Marceline's not too far from the Boyhood Home and the Rest in Peace Dreaming Tree.
Sure. I was just trying to figure out, like, all I wanted from them was just how many rooms do you have? That's all. Because sometimes they're like, our lavish 7 rooms or something.
Sure, yeah. But yeah.
Anyway.
They're
all themed to Disney, apparently.
Keeping you on your toes. They don't want you to know how many there are or are not. Anyways. Well, I'm glad people are excited about that. So that is our travel plans for the year. I will say that our hotel plane tickets are booked for our May Disneyana trip, and plane tickets have all been booked for our crazy Disneyland to Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet trip. We have not booked our flights or locked in specific dates for October just yet because we're waiting to figure out Oogie Boogie Bash information. But we do know it needs to be that week because, as Tag mentioned, he and James have it's a break between classes for them at that point, and they start classes up right after that window of time. So we got to go the week before Halloween if we're going to do it.
Yep, Hotel Marceline is booked.
Booked for the Dreaming Tree Gala.
Yep.
Booked. And we already have we ended up renting a Airbnb VRBO type thing. We have not stayed. The one that we normally stay at, I don't think they're doing
They have 15
vacation
rooms,
rentals anymore. I was going to say, I really was thinking it was like 12 rooms.
Yeah.
But yeah, 15 rooms. So that's why we don't want to do it on a big weekend because 15 rooms is not a lot.
You said the other one's gone, huh? That sucks.
I know. It was great. I really liked the other one because it was within walking distance to everything. It was like literally 2 blocks away from the museum, if that, on Main Street, USA.
Isn't it this one?
That's the one. But type in our dates. and you won't find it anymore. I want to be like, yes, hi. Please, can we come?
What day, like in somebody probably already booked it for that. That's probably why. Yeah, see, they just booked it for that.
No, when I looked before, you couldn't book it at all. All of
Oh.
the dates were
Yeah,
like
so
closed out. So I wonder if they just hadn't opened their
I can
calendar.
reserve it. Yeah,
Dang it. Oh well. That's okay. We're gonna experience
just to
a
show
new
you
place.
guys, like this is the place we've stayed at. It's like super nice.
It looks like a hotel room.
Yeah, but like it's super nice. The beds were super comfy. We sat here numerous
Yep.
times and just relaxed on our phones and chilled. This is where we dump all of our stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's where our bags lived.
a nice little
There's a
thing.
kitchen thing.
Bathroom's great. So like it's a really nice little place. And does it show you on here?
I don't think it shows exactly where it's at, but it's literally it's on
really
Main Street,
nice.
USA.
Do I have?
Right
Yeah.
across the street from the theater where they premiered
Yeah.
a Disney movie that I
So
can't
here's
remember the name of.
Marceline, and it's like
Right there.
right in here.
There's this cute little park, Daryl's Park. I sat and read actually a Disney book.
You had a dog come up and say
Yep,
howdy
I
to
did.
you.
I sat
yeah, right
and read
here.
a little Disney book.
Right here. It's cute.
Actually, that I was leaning up against that lamp post right there.
Yeah. And then there was the talk and stuff that we went to was like right down
there.
here. And then there's also like a thing up here that you could stay at because like Adam the Woo stayed up there. And then like if you go down to where these cones are, if I just get down there a little bit further, you got Ma Vic's here on the corner. And then, they had like
A little
this was a good
carnival.
day for the Google person to be coming through. Yeah, they had this nice little carnival. That's cool. Little
There's
pizza
the
place
pizza
is
place is
right
right
over
there.
here. And then right around the corner, wow, they have this big carnival. Oh, wow.
Ugh. Usually there's no carnival. But yeah,
Um,
then down here there's the museum.
there's the museum. And this is like, short walk. And Vern is here hovering, so let me turn that back on.
Thanks for being a weirdo.
I mean, this is what was on when you came up here. We were
Yeah.
just looking at that, so.
I figured you were in screen sharing mode. Or
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes. Anyways.
We're
talking
talking about our
about-
trips for the year.
Yeah, and then
Nice.
then it segued into we should start planning like DLWeekly group trips to places like Marceline.
How
and
badly do you want to go to
Disney
Universal?
Cruise.
Okay.
It's Universal. I'm a Disney guy. Hi, Olivia.
Too funny. Too funny. Oh, I was gonna get Piper out for you to see Olivia, but she's like
Under
super
the
tucked under the chair. No, Luna.
Luna.
Luna
Let
will
you
come.
guys say hello to the puppies.
Luna. Hey.
Why do I have booking.com?
I don't know. You've had a lot of different things open that you were searching around on.
I
Anyways,
did. You know me.
Since we've got some time, 10 minutes left to be exact, does anybody
quick.
have any questions or comments or
Or what
all
trips
of
are
the
you guys
above
doing
that
this
you'd like
year?
to share?
What trips are you guys going on?
Piper, you want to come up and say hi? Come here. Come here,
Whoop,
come here,
whoop,
come here,
whoop, 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 whoop.
come here. And in the meantime, here's the Piper pup.
Dick Van Dyke on Easter.
I saw your stuff that you posted, Stephanie. That looked... What a way to spend Easter.
Piper, you look terrified.
She knows we're getting a storm tomorrow. So she's...
Oh, here comes Luna.
And there's a Luna pup. Luna's like... Oh, she just like pushed Piper out of the way. Has anyone registered for Run Disney? Ooh.
So it takes us about, 6 hours to drive down to Marceline?
Yeah, it's like five or six.
Yeah. There's a great sushi place we stopped at on the way down.
Stephanie, he's 99. He was like, she shared videos of him up on stage singing. He wasn't dancing, but like singing, knew all the words, like was having just a grand old time. Megan's talking about Run Disney. We have not done any Run Disney registering for Disneyland stuff. Vern and I did register. Only one of us ran it for the Walt Disney World Marathon. That was back in 2016.
So you only ran it, huh?
I had a very expensive shirt, is what I got from that. 'Cause,
Why?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this in front of the sweeper balloon lady. So I just didn't even. Yeah, I didn't train. It was totally me.
Here's from where we are to there, to answer your question, Lee. I think we've taken this way down before.
That's the way we go when we get
Sushi.
sushi. That's the sushi way.
Because is it Cedar Rapids where we get sushi? I think that sounds right.
Either that or, yeah, it's either there or it's Iowa City. Now I don't remember which.
Well, we went somewhere one time and we had like that really good, was that zombie something or other?
Oh yeah, that was Dubuque. We kind of did a bit of we went a little out of our way to go to the zombie burger place.
Was that Dubuque?
Dubuque, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's not Dubuque.
I don't think it was Dubuque because Dubuque's like way down here.
It may have been Dubuque that we shifted all the way. Anyways. Okay, let's see.
Cedar Rapids is definitely where we went for the sushi.
All the puppies. Too funny.
Bob Gurr is 93, I want to say.
That's fun. Disneyland Thomas is going to be at Disney Anna as well. Stephanie's got good advice about Run Disney events. Thank you for sharing, Stephanie. Derek is doing a trip to Disneyland with kids, and it will be their first time. That's so exciting.
That'll be really fun.
Bob Gurr is
How
93.
old?
Dick Van Dyke is 99. Wow.
How old are the kids, Derek?
Disneyland, May 16th and 17th. Oh, Donna was at the movie
Great
premiere as well. Stephanie was there too. 4 and 2. That's going to be such a magical trip, like for them, and then also for you as a parent, kind of watching the like amazement and wonder.
So what does you can't look at this. What does Dick Van Dyke and Walt Disney have in common?
What do they have in common?
Yeah, other than like the stuff we all know.
I have no idea.
He was born in Missouri. Walt Disney wasn't, but like
But they have Missouri roots.
connection, like
There
of
you
all
go.
places.
They have Missouri roots.
Where is West Plains, Missouri? So a little bit further away, because like Marceline's like over here somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, somewhere.
Helpful, Teresa.
Somewhere in there. I think it's more north. Yeah,
It is way more north, yeah. So kind of straight north.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
I want to see a party
How
with
old-
Bob Gurr and Dick Van Dyke.
How old, if Walt Disney were alive today, how old would he be?
Really old, because it was his 100th birthday was 2001.
Oh, okay.
Because he was born in 1901.
So he'd be 124 then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, 1901. Bob Gurr movie was great.
I hope so too, Donna. We were talking about that earlier.
I'm really, 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 really hoping.
So what you're saying is that we would never have gotten Walt to this age.
No. No. Not
We're
too
going to
many
get him
people-
back, though, as an
Not too
animatronic.
many people. It was terrible.
What?
Not the same, Tag. It is not the same.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Not the same. That's pretty wild to think. 123. Because, like, in my brain, he's just always the age.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he's one of those people that, like, you know how sometimes you see people through the years and, like, he's either really young Walt, like
Yeah.
20s,
or
he's, like, a little bit older Walt, or he's, like, the Walt we all know, like Grandpa Walt.
Yeah.
Like, there's no transition, like, there was no, like, weird middle Walt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope Disney Plus buys the Bob Gurr movie. The world needs to see it. Ooh.
I mean, it would be really cool.
So I just watched the Floyd Norman documentary on actually HBO Max has it currently. So it's
Such a weird place for it to be.
It's called An Animated Life. And for those of you that don't know who Floyd is a Disney animator. He's a Disney legend. Amazing, amazing story. I learned so much about it, or about him and his life. And we had first learned that there was a documentary when we had I can't remember now who told us, but one of our guests told us. I think it was Rick. I think Rick Law told us about the documentary originally, and it was really hard to find. Like, it existed, but it was really hard to find it to then be able to watch it. So I was really excited that it came to Max. So hopefully, if Disney Plus doesn't pick it up, hopefully another big streaming service will pick it up so that it's at least accessible to those of us that weren't able to go to the premiere, and so everyone can hear more about his incredible story, because a lot of people know Bob because of Disneyland, but he has done so much more past his time with Disney, and like all of it's just really amazing.
First thing we learned about was his scooter.
That's
he was
true.
working for a scooter company.
That's true. But yeah, amazing.
Fandom Productions is his thing.
Yeah, Fandom
What is
Productions
this?
is his YouTube channel. That's like the
Fandom
trailer.
Productions, yeah.
The trailer for the film. He's gotten a lot of really cool people on his Fandom Productions
The Bob Gurr Show.
Bob Gurr show that he's had. Oh, look, there's Terry. Speaking of cool people.
I listened to the first couple. Like, I listened to the one with Tony Baxter that he was on.
There you go.
And I listened to the one with
There's Brett Iwan.
Garner Holt.
Good choices. Good choices.
The theme park historian panel. That'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Well, when I need something to watch, I need to just go to Bob's channel and read all this stuff.
Lee.
Oh, Ghost Hunters. I watched that show.
There
He
you
had a
go.
Ghost Hunter on. And a paranormal. He had like a paranormal investigator. Oh, that's interesting. I gotta watch Terry.
Why not?
You know what the most surprising thing for me with this Terry Hardin one? It's only an hour and 2 minutes long. I didn't know that Terry could be that brief. I love Terry, by the way. That's not a dig at her.
But she's such a great storyteller.
Such a great
Amazing
storyteller.
Too fun. I'm gonna have to check that out. Like, I know that it exists, but I don't think to then go watch the videos.
Yes.
You know,
You should subscribe to it.
I should.
Do you subscribe to Ordinary Adventures?
Of course, I do.
See, I don't subscribe, but the algorithm gives it to me all the time.
Oh, I subscribe to Ordinary Adventures. I subscribe to Fresh Baked.
Of
I
course.
also subscribe to the Tokyo Disneyland Resort
yeah.
Explorer, TDR Explorer. There's a couple other non-Disney things that I subscribe to. The Mammoth Club I don't subscribe to, but I watch lots of their videos because the algorithm.
Club.
Yeah, they're Florida-based Disney folks.
I used to listen to
And
Tim Tracker, but
so I watch their stuff.
interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, but I don't have a ton of subscriptions.
I make a point to watch David's construction update every week before
There
the
you
podcast
go.
because I feel like sometimes I've caught things that we should talk about. So
Yep. Nope. That's true.
we should have him
Very,
back
very true.
on somehow.
Somehow, some way. We should. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to connect with our guests that we're talking to this week, as long as the scheduling stars align. I'm really excited about the person that we're having on. So fingers crossed that pans out and it's great. But yes, lots of Disney celebs
Tony
are
Baxter,
there.
nice.
Oh,
Stacia
Tanya!
Martin.
I love
Stacia
Tanya.
Martin.
She's so sweet.
I feel like this
Donnie.
group of people kind of like
Tom
flock
Morris and
together.
Garner are in the movie. Very cool. They're a fun group of people.
We should try to figure out when Garner Holt has his open house thing.
Oh,
too,
that'd
we
be
should go
another
to.
good thing to experience. Well, he does. The foundation holds events, and we should try and get out there for one of those events.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll just so happen for the October trip. You never know. Anyways, it is already that time, everyone.
You know, we started making trips to Disneyland, and now I feel like we're making trips.
And now
to
we're
go see
making
other
more
things.
trips to Disneyland and all the other things.
No. What I mean is like that used
They're
to be like
Disney
the
adjacent.
reason, and then
Yeah,
no,
Disney adjacent.
no, I'm not complaining.
No,
about
no, I
anything,
know.
I'm just saying.
We've branched out. But thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight and listening to our plans, giving us some ideas,
talking about the cool
talking
Bob
about
Gurr
all the
movie
cool
thing,
things
too.
that you guys have done and all your cool Disney things that you've been doing. I love it. I just love it. So anyways, thank you, everyone. We hope you have a good evening. And we will see you all next month. And I'm sure you'll hear us between then with all of our fun podcast episodes that we have planned between now and then.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
What am I doing? Wrong button.